Yeah, welcome back. Now, last one is name on card, right? This name, card name, customer, card name, this one. Now I have loaded for 20 records. You can do it for 200 records also. Save. Now cross check on the data is saved. Make sure you pass in a proper, yeah, in all the fields, we have loaded the data, right? Now, let us save this. Now, when I run this, actually, it should pass the same way. See here, this is how I have taken 20 records, right? So first one is what? Ashish Chain, Medipatnam, Hyderabad. This data should be passed in place of in the application, customer name details, right? So let us see. So before you run, make sure you check your runtime settings. Log should be parameter substitution should be on. Okay. Now where I can see. So let me put some toggle point here so that it will stop after passing so that we can verify. Toggle point in the sense break point, like it will just come there and it will pause. So let me run this one. Let us run 5 times to cross check. So you can see what is the data passing in the runtime settings. I mean runtime data. You can see the runtime data. Is, yeah, this is the runtime data you can see. First, what is the name it is passing? Customer name, Ashish Jain. Okay. And its address, Medipatnam. You can cross check whether it is passing correct data or not. Ashish Jain, Medipatnam, Hyderabad, Telangana, 80224 is the zip code. Eight zero zip code. Yeah, 224. Dinners Club. This is the 378. This is a credit card number. Yeah. Right. So if you want to cross check, intentionally I put a toggle point there so that if you want, you can cross check here also. See the data which is passing, it is displayed in your output window also. This for first iteration. So for second iteration, let me continue. It should pick the second record, right? Just let this come to that point. Yeah. For iteration 2, what is the name? Customer name, John Wick. Here also it should be passing the same thing. Yeah. This is an output, but you can cross check in runtime data always give you at the time of running what is the data passing. So for second iteration, what is the data passing? Name is John Wick. and address is some down street, city Delhi. Let us cross check this one. This is a sorry, not this one. John Wick, right? Yeah, this one. For second iteration, down street Delhi, Delhi. This is a zip code Visa, and name on code also John Wick. 71078 should be the zip code. It's 71078. Visa is a card type. Name and code also John Wick 2020. So it is passing different details every time it is running. So third time it should take this one, Rajesh Roshan, right? Let us see. Let the third iteration start. For third iteration, what is the data? Rajesh Roshan, Annambakam, Chennai, Rajesh Roshan, American Express, right? And zip code should be 46057. Let us cross check. Rajesh Roshan, Annambakam, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, 46057, American Express. So it is also passing the different. So every time it is booking the ticket for different customers now. This is for fourth time, right? So what is the name? You can see customer name is Demonte Collis, address Denver, city also Denver, states CO. In cross check. Demonte Collis, Denver, Denver, CO. Dinners Club. This is the one. And the fifth iteration, like that, if I run for 20 different iterations, it will pick 20 different, but it is going in a serial order. If you observe, this is a basic level of parameterization, like passing the test data through our script. So here, what is Pankaj? Third name also Pankaj. Fifth one, I think this should be the this, right? Pankaj Stonewall, LA, Dinners Club. Name on card also Pankaj. Stonewall, Dinners Club, Pankaj. Okay. So now I'm passing for 5 iteration, 5 different customer details we are able to pass. And after passing also, your script should be passed. Like this should not get any error. If you miss anything properly, then it will throw error. Here in place of here, if you miss something, then it will throw error. Now, how it is passing? It is taking from your input data. And here also, you need to understand few options in parameterization. Like, every parameter variable, there are different types of parameter. First main thing is file. Okay, we have different types. So the with different types we'll see later. Any file you are passing, right? You are passing it through a text file, right? Text data file. So that's why the type should be file. And we are creating a variable, and that will create a column. In that column, you can copy and paste any test data. Like edit with Notepad, you can copy hundreds of records. That's the easiest way. Now here you have other options, right? This one is by number. By number in the sense it will take the value from the column by number. By default, first one will be 1. If you have multiple columns, you can give the multiple column numbers. Like, if I want to pass third column, like if I have 3 columns, here you can put 3. Or else you want to choose by name, the column name, like you can select by column and select that name. If you have multiple columns, just select by name. It will pass the data from that column only. Okay. And column delimiter, like in how the columns are separated, by default it's a comma. Comma means CSV, comma separate value. So that's why if all the time you always need to save your test data into CSV file, not in a Excel file. You're just copying and pasting. Excel will work, but it is advised to save your test data in a CSV file. Why, I will tell you later. Okay. And now there is something called first data line. What do you mean by this? It will show like which record should be started the test data. Say here, for example, here, yeah, I want to start from the sixth value. When I run my script, it should directly start from here. It should script 1 to 5. So in that case, I can give here first data value 6. You see, that is gone. If I put 1 back, I'll get my data back. So for you, we put it here, you'll understand. Address, right? I want to start directly with this one, Michigan. So all the above should be hidden. It won't remove them. Let's say 6 will start from Michigan. You can see Michigan. Then what happened to all the above 5? They are hidden. They will not be removed. If I click with edit with Notepad, you can see them. Okay, you can still see them. So if I just click on edit with Notepad, you can see them. But now it is starting with what? Michigan town. That is what first data line. If I put 1, then it will be back. So where we will use this first data line? Normally in the interview, they'll ask you a question like, when you are running a test, right? You have 50 users running. You have 200 records. Now I want you to start. All the users should pick from this record. This record only. It should ignore the first 20. It should pick from the 21st record till the end. Okay, because sometimes this test data cannot be reusable. You don't want to waste the test data, but you don't want to remove it. I just want to start from the 5th record or 10th record or 20th record. And I don't want to remove the test data. Just I want to hide the above rows. In that case, you'll use this first data line. Okay. That's good. Yeah. So this is called first data line. We'll use if you want to skip first few lines, then you can use this. And the main thing here is how you want to pass the data. Here we are passing what? Serial order, right? One after the other. So first iteration, it is passing this one. If you observe this, first iteration, this customer, then this in a serial order. So if you want to pass in a serial order, you need to select sequential each iteration. Means it will pass in a serial order. So I don't want to pass in a random order. Then you can select random each iteration. Okay. Or unique means what is the difference between sequential and unique? Sequential means it will pass in a serial order. Like, if there are like, multiple users, all the users will start from first user only, first record only. Unique in the sense, once any user picks any record, that will not be used by second user. Okay. Say here, normally the difference you'll understand when we run with multiple users. Like, if you have mm, yeah. Say when I'm running with, let us say, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5, 5 users. Okay. No duplicate data will be. This is not about data. Okay. You're correct. But it will make sure that no duplicate record is passed. You don't want to pass the same record. Like, same, you can call it as a data also. Like, sometimes you may be passing data like credit card numbers. No two-person can have the same credit card number, right? Even phone numbers cannot be same. Gmail ID is different. If you are passing that kind of some confidential data, then it should be unique. It should not be repeated again. Yeah. So let us assume this is a user one. This is user two. Fine, right? So normally we have seen one user when I executed, it was going the data one by one, right? But when you run with multiple users, just remember user one will pick this record, user two will also pick the same, user three, user four, user five. All the users will start from the beginning only, first record. This is called sequential, each iteration. When we run with multiple users, this is sequential each iteration when run with multiple users. Okay. If you are running with single user, it will look like it is going in a serial order, just like we have seen. It will be like looks same, unique and sequential are same, but they are not same. The difference comes when you run with multiple users. This for each iteration, each user will pick the same line. This is sequential each iteration. Now, when I run in a random order, like no, we have multiple options, right? We have sequential, we have sequential, random, unique. These are the three main. Okay. So when I select sequential means all users will start from the beginning. If I select random, so instead of this, so if I select randomly, if I selected then first user may pick this one, second user may pick this one. Randomly it will pick. It's not in our hand, but there is a possibility that it will pick the duplicate. User 3, user 5 may pick the same record. This is called random each iteration. How the data is picked. Now, next one is what? Next one is I want unique each iteration. Unique each iteration in the sense, now it works. See, first one will pick this record. User 2 will pick the second one. User 3 may pick the third one. It will not repeat again. Since user 3 has picked, user 4 will not pick that record again. This is unique each iteration. But when you run with single user, unique and sequential may look same because single user only, right? We start from 1, 2, 3, 4. But if you when you run with multiple user, this is how the data will be picked. Normally in the interview, they'll give you scenario like this, and they'll ask you to which user will pick which one. For each of this, they'll ask you. So, this is random. This is unique. Right? So this is the difference between sequential, unique, and random. Right now, how we are running, we are running with sequential only, right? So sequential, it is passing properly, right? So what if I want to run the same test data randomly? Yeah, let me save it. So when I pass my test data randomly, I want to pass a random record. Okay. So let us change this and see. Let me run this. Control L. Here we are, how we are passing earlier, we have seen sequential each iteration, it was working fine, right? Now I want to pass this as a random. So let me run this. Random each iteration. Everything random. Random. Yeah. We'll put everything in random. I'll change it to random instead of sequential. Now let me put the toggle point again. So that we need to know how the data is passing. Now, first record, what is the customer name it has picked? De Monte Carlis. Okay, randomly it is picking. Let's see where is De Monte Carlis. Yeah, this one. This one it has picked, right? So De Monte Carlis, address is Denver, city is Denver, state is Colorado. Here it is, address is Atlanta, city is Sabetha, and the card name is Wayne Watson. State is PA. But actually, what is the data? It should pass Denver, Colorado, and zip code should be 16328. But what it is passing in the script? Zip code is 80224. Right? So it is passing the wrong data. Let us try with the second iteration.
तेरे को करना पड़ेगा 5 मिनट रहने दे
Yeah, you can see. For next iteration also it is passing what? It has taken Stonewall, customer name France Young, right? Carol Murphy, card name. What is the customer name? France Young. France Young. This one, right? But what it is passing actually, France Young, city is Las Vegas, state is Nevada, American Express, card name also should be France Young. But it is passing what? All wrong data, right? Why it is passing wrong data? The reason is here when you select, we have selected what? Random, right? When you say random, it is picking any one record randomly like this one randomly, from here randomly, this one, from here randomly, this one, from here randomly, this one, like that it is picking. Each column separately, randomly it is picking, and it is passing this data. This is actually passing wrong, right? If I want to pick random in the sense, say if this is picking this, the entire record should be picked properly. You cannot pass wrong data, right? So that is a problem with random each iteration. If you are passing sequentially, it is working fine. But when you are passing randomly, this is the problem you are getting, right? So how to fix this? For this, you don't need to, you cannot run like this. You need to change the strategy. I will explain that tomorrow how to run correct data with random. Even there is no error. Even if I run like this, it will not throw error because it is taking some test data. Your client, no, you can say that if client is not aware, he'll think that everything is going good. But in the server, actually, you are passing wrong details here through correlation. I mean, through parameterization. If they come to know, it will be a escalation. When the client says, I want you to pass random record, you need to pass random record. Okay. So how to pass correct data randomly, that I'll explain tomorrow. For now, you just practice how to pass the test data in a sequential manner. I will share the Excel sheet. You can make use of that and you can practice. Okay, guys. Yeah. See you tomorrow.